Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over some of the makeup that I wear, and I want to talk about reality versus Instagram, reality versus YouTubers. I know that I'm a YouTuber, but I think that a lot of people get discouraged because they are seeing some makeup techniques that just are not realistic. So my thing is, if you met me in person, I'm going to look the way I do on camera. I always zoom you guys in. I want you to see everything. So as I'm putting my makeup on, I'm gonna go over some of the makeup that I have, and I want to explain why I'm using what I'm using. Hopefully this is going to be helpful to you, because again, if you are watching somebody and they're applying makeup and you're doing it, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have so much makeup on, or it's making me look old. We're going to talk about that and maybe some of the reasons why you're feeling that way. Now, one thing I want to tell you is number one thing that you should be doing is taking really good care of your skin. I have some skincare videos, and if I remember, I will link them below, or you'll see it pop up. And whenever you see a video pop up, if you pop on that, watch it, you can still come back here and finish watching the rest of this video. Just kind of click back and you can watch the rest of this, okay? But taking good care of your skin is so important. It really is. And my goal in this coming year is going to be to wear a lot less makeup. Okay, that is going to be my goal for the coming year. I feel like it's in a pretty good place right now, but that is my goal. I mean, you could see I have a little bit, I don't know what that is going on right there. I have a little bit of redness by my veins. I don't know if I'm going to be able to totally get rid of that. But taking good care of your skin is really, really important. Always make sure that you are moisturizing. Well, first off, make sure you're using sunscreen, okay? That's part of your skincare routine. Make sure that you're using sunscreen. The next thing you want to do, and I don't have it in front of me, so we're just going to use what I have today, but you want to use either a moisturizer or you want to use a primer. I'm not a big fan of primers. I'm just going to tell you that I did a video about primers. Here's the thing about makeup primers. Not all of them work at keeping your makeup on longer. I personally don't like to wear a lot of primer on my face because I just don't like to wear too much on my face. I try to keep it on the lighter side. So for me, I would rather have a moisturizer, okay? Today I'm going to use this though. This is a nice one for a primer. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Face Primer. This gives you, it says a dewy foundation grip. Preps and smooths and hydrates. So that's what I like about it. Most primers I feel like are just moisturizers, okay? There's some like this that are a little bit sticky, so that stickiness is going to help your foundation adhere. So I'm going to use this today, but I'm going to tell you I don't use this every day. Most of the time I just use a moisturizer, but we'll use this today. So I'm just going to use a little bit and I'm going to put it on my face. Now this one seems to work pretty good for me, especially if I'm going to wear a mask and I want to wear some makeup underneath it. I also give myself days off of wearing makeup. I don't wear makeup every single day. A lot of times I don't wear makeup during the day. You know, I just let my skin breathe. I think that is really important, to let your skin breathe. Maybe, you know, do a mask or something once a week. You know, you should be doing that anyways as part of your routine, but really take care of your skin. To me, youthful skin looks glowy. I was looking at my daughter the other day. I mean, yeah, I see her every day. I live with her, but I was really looking at my daughter's skin the other day and I thought, oh my gosh, she has that beautiful glow to her face. She's got this beautiful glowy skin. And as we age, our skin can get dull. That's why, again, I know I'm going to keep repeating this, that's why you have to take care of your skin. You take care of your skin, you're going to get that glow. But if you are wearing some kind of, you know, if you're wearing makeup, I still like to make sure that I get a nice glow even through my makeup. I don't want to put anything on that's going to mattify it. Now there are times that I use a matte foundation, and the reason that I wear a matte foundation is if it's going to be a really hot, humid day, if I'm going to be wearing a mask or something like that, I can't go all dewy because it's just going to come off. But in general, I like to have more of a dewy look. Dewy is not going to look oily on you if you do it the right way. So let me talk about some of the foundations that I have in front of me that I think are really, really nice for if you want to have nice, like a dewy look. I don't have a lot of foundations because I'm really picky. I don't want a full coverage. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing foundation. If you saw me, I don't want it to look like I'm wearing foundation. It's really important to me. So a couple that I like is this one from Anastasia. You guys know I love this one. This is the Luminous. Here we go. This is the Luminous foundation. I love this one. It's a really, really nice coverage. It's light, but you can build it up to a medium coverage. The other one that I like, and this is not going to be for you if you are someone that wants to, if you're someone that wants to cover up everything, you don't want to see anything, maybe you have a lot of sun damage, you're working at your skin, you're just not there yet, then I would not recommend this. But I feel confident wearing this, even though you can see some, some things going on, I'm confident wearing this. And this one is from Chanel. This is the Water Fresh tint. Just use a little bit of this. I use the brush that it comes with, and I apply a pump, and I'm working on one side to do the other side. So I just use 2 pumps. This is still my original one because I don't wear this all the time. It's expensive, so I'm kind of making it last, okay? But I really like this. What this will do is it will give you a nice filtered look on your face. Some people use this as like underneath their foundation. They will put this on and then put their foundation on over it, but I just like it as a really fresh, light look that can go out the door, no makeup, but my skin looks like my skin, but a little bit better. Another one that I really like is from Stila. This is called the Hide and Chic. So I would consider this like a serum foundation. Really, really light, shake it up really, really well, and it just looks really pretty on your skin. The other one is this one from Chanel. This is the Ultra Le Tient Velvet. I believe this is the newer one. I know they have that older one, and I have some of that one, but this is really, really pretty, and I think this is the one that I'm going to wear today. I'm going to shake this up really, really well. I always apply my foundation with a beauty blender or sponge, whatever sponge you want to use. It doesn't have to be a beauty blender, okay? You want to apply it with a sponge. You want to make sure it's damp, girl. Don't apply it with a dry one. Don't apply your foundation with a dry sponge because you're going to hate it. It's going to look patchy. So what I do before I use it every single time is I clean it, squeeze it, take my towel, and I squeeze it again, and that's all you got to do. Really, really easy, but you always want to make sure it's damp. And I like to use this because I feel like it melts into my skin better. I don't have any brush marks. And sometimes, especially if you have some larger pores, which my pores look a lot better, but I have some pores that are larger. So if I use any kind of foundation and I just put on with my fingers, or if I put on my brush, it lays on top of that. And then I feel like they stand out more. So I like to put it on my sponge like this, just a little bit, and I will just dab it in cheek, that, and then I just start blending it in. That's what I do. Then I will blend it in, and as I'm blending it in too, I'm going to push it into my skin. And that's going to give you a really, really pretty look. And I don't know if it looked like I used a lot of foundation. I don't think it is a lot. Because I'm going to really, really blend it. Make sure that you're matching your foundation up too. I'm always usually on the lighter side, and I personally would rather be a little bit lighter than too dark, because you can always warm your face up with a little bit of bronzer, but if you go too dark, you can't really lighten it. I personally don't like to use a full coverage foundation. I just feel like too heavy of a foundation, especially if you have I don't have a lot of lines and wrinkles, but if you do, it's just going to age you. I just feel like it's going to be too heavy on your face. That's how I feel. So now, before we go on to my concealer, really quickly, I'm just going to use my Color Science right here, and this is that color corrector that I have. I have a little bit of, stuff going on there. So I'm just going to take my little brush, and I am going to use this right here because it's going to get rid of the red tones. I love this stuff. It's not a cream, it's a powder. It's mineral based. I'm even going to go by my scar here. Now I just lighten it up. And if you have any redness by your nose. Now I'm going to talk about concealer. When you're a mature woman, you have to be really, really careful with how much you're putting on, where you're putting it on, and all of that. I've shared videos on it. If I can remember, I will link that above. This has been a game changer for me. This is the concealer from Sisley. Here, I guess I have to hold it this way. This is the concealer from Sisley. The only complaint I have is they don't have a lot of shade options, but this is the best concealer I have ever used because it doesn't look like I'm wearing concealer once I blend it in. It stays on me all day. It doesn't crease. It's amazing. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to apply very little, and I'm only going to put it in this area right here. Okay. I feel like I got a little bit too much, so I might take some of that and put over here. Okay. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, or you can take your finger, and I'm just going to blend it in that area, and then I'm going to start sweeping it out. And look at that. Oh my God, I love this concealer. It's seriously the best. So the reason that I go and blend this in this area first before I sweep it out is because you're gonna have a lot of product going on. And if you just do it like those girls like do the big triangle and just go crazy and sloppy, you don't need to have that much concealer. I mean, honestly, they don't need that much concealer. I don't know why they're putting so much damn concealer on. You just need a little bit. So again, I'm just gonna squeeze a tiny bit, and I'm just kind of, see what I'm doing here? Be very careful. You don't need to use a lot. This is like full coverage stuff here. Okay. Now I'm going to take my sponge and keep it in this area. Keep it in this area. And then I'm going to sweep it out. I am going to set my under eyes. I never used to do that, but I do that now, so I don't have that shine there. So I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury. This is my magic powder. I'm just going to take my Refer brush number 19. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. We're not going to bake. Now I'm just going to sweep that off. And that's it. This is going to kind of soften a little bit more too. Kind of give it like a filtered look under your eyes. Love it. Okay, so the next step that I want to do is I want to use a cream. You can use a liquid, but if you want that dewy, youthful look, then you want to use something creamy or dewy. I'm going to go in with my, look at my Chanel. This is my Chanel bronzer that I'm going to go in with. And I'm going to take my Refer brush number 25, swirl it in here, and really lightly I'm going to buff it in. I have a little red thing right there too. I'm going to get that with my, I'm going to go in with my color signs too and get that. I am going to go in and use a little bit of this highlighter. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the, what's it called? The Light Wand. I love this. So it's just going to, I'm just going to highlight before I put my blush on. I'm just going to highlight, add a little bit there, and then I'm going to blend this in and do the same here. And I'm putting it on the high part of my cheeks right there because that's where the light kind of, you know, when I move my face, that's where the light shines on my face. And so I want it to go where I'm going to get that reflection. So it's actually going to like make your cheeks look a little bit higher when you do that. Now I'm going to go in and I am going to use a liquid blush. And I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use Cherub. This is from Daniel Sandler. These are the watercolor blushes. You can use a cream blush too if you want to. Just shake it, put it on the back of my hand. Then I am going to take my Refer brush number 5. I'm going to tap a little bit of that off on a towel because this really packs a punch, this color. You can see that. So I'm taking the flat side of my brush too and blending it. I'm going to blend it a little bit more. Now I always put my blush up high too because I need to lift my face up. I need to lift it up. I can't go like this and smile and do the cheek thing because my face is swelling. So now I'm just blending that in. Now I'm going to take my Chanel powder. You don't have to do this if you have dry skin. I have oily dry combination skin, so I need to powder a little bit or I will look greasy. So I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to go on my nose. I don't want to get this area where it's shiny. I want to keep that and let that be. It looks like my skin. Does my skin look perfect? No. No, you can probably see bumps that I have on my face and stuff. That's normal. I mean, nobody has perfect skin is what I'm saying. So I'm putting an eye primer on. You always want to make sure that you use an eye primer. And I'm sorry if this is a repeat for some of you guys that have been following me for a while, but I just feel like I have to say it for anybody that's new here. I use an eyeshadow primer. The one that I use is from Trish McEvoy. I'm going to use my Fit Glow Beauty palette. I haven't used that one in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this shadow right here. I'm going to put this on my whole eye, by the way, and I'm going to get on my crease. And I'm using my rougher brush number 16. So I'm just going to get this all over as my transition base coat. Right there. I'm just going to go on the end here. So this is just going on the end here. I like to always do that because it helps give my eye a little bit of a lift. And I'm using my rougher brush number 12. So this is a nice compact brush that's going to put that color in that corner really well. And I'm taking my fluffy brush number 16 and we're just blending that. I'm just keeping it at the corner. This is really a simple eye look. I mean, this is something that I do a lot. I don't know if you're like me and you do a lot of the same eye looks, but you know, I do play around with my shadows, but sometimes I just want to do something really, really fast and easy. I'm going to blend it again. These are pretty shadows. I really like these shadows. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love them. I want to go ahead and take this color here, this peachy color. I'm just going to take my finger actually. Oh my gosh, I love this palette. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. Brown right here. Brown right there. I'm going to go right underneath here. I always like to use a powder because I just think it's a softer look. I think if you are using a liner because you just feel like it stays on better, I would still recommend going over it with a shadow just to kind of set it and to soften it up. So if you were to use a a regular eyeliner pencil, just go over it using a shadow that's similar in color. So this is my final look. I just like to keep things really, really light. So I feel that the less that we wear and the more naturally look the better. If you have a lot of sun damage, then you need to work on that. Then you can wear your makeup a lot lighter. I just want to wear less and less and less. I would love to get to a point where I don't even wear foundation anymore. That's my goal. That's my goal, is to not even have to wear foundation. I don't know if that's going to happen because I have this redness here, but maybe I could just like touch that area up, but that's my ultimate goal, guys, is just to really take care of my skin. Just feel like the less we wear, the better. So again, if you were to see me in person, I don't look like I have crazy amount of makeup on. I could put my makeup on heavier under the lights, but I just don't like to do that. So maybe my makeup doesn't always look perfect on camera, but it's my real makeup. And I don't ever, like I said, I don't want to make it look like, I don't know, I just feel like I see people too, and either they use filters or they use so much makeup that like every day they're not going to look like that. I just always want to look like me. I don't want to look like, I don't know. I just want to look like me. I just want to look normal. I want to look like me. I don't want to look like somebody that has a lot of makeup on, because that's not, I don't do that normally. You know what I mean? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Would really appreciate it if you share it. You can follow me on all the socials, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye. Now we're going to talk about concealer. Fingers crossed. And hopefully this will help you. That's what we're going to do. Cut. Woman. Oh boy, here we go.